Hey everyone, welcome to Film Nerds. We are back. It's been a little bit. We're going to look a little different, but you know what? We're going to bring the same content. We're excited. It's me, J-Wack. How you doing, J-Wack?
Doing good, man. Happy to be back. It's been quite some time since we've done an episode, a
Yeah.
breakdown.
What's new in your life? Anything big?
Nothing new, dude. Just still grinding. Got Dynasty Nerd stuff going. It's rookie season, so producing the podcast now. So I'm going up there to Rich Dawson's house, helping them out with all the tech stuff behind the scenes. We had to make some adjustments to the team here. Felix Sharp, welcome to the crew. We're happy to have you here, man. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Felix Sharp, I'm glad to be here. We're talking football on Thursday night. What's today? I'm getting confused. Thursday night
It's
in March.
Thursday.
So I played a little bit at Grand Valley State University, 2005, 2006 Division II national champions. Brandon Carr, one of my teammates. I've got 5 or 6 teammates who went to the NFL. He's probably the most notable, especially after the Odell catch. My college coach went to Brian Kelly, who's at Notre Dame, started at Grand Valley State before he went to Central and Cincinnati and then Notre Dame. He took my head coach with him. My head coach wanted me to be a GA. I told him I'm going to law school. So if I was not doing, practicing law now, I would most definitely be coaching somewhere.
At Notre Dame.
Or Miami of Ohio, where he's at now. I mean, I've always loved football. My uncle was a 12-year NFL left tackle during the Lawrence Taylor years, 3-time Pro Bowler. So, I've always loved this game since as early as I can remember. And now, now that I'm not playing anymore, I get to do stuff like this with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
We've been involved in a lot of different circles in the community, and I've always respected your eye. Like, you've always been a guy that's been like early on somebody, like you'll mention them, and then like, I don't know, 6 months, maybe even a year down the road, I hear the guy like he's doing well. I'm like, okay, I remember Felix was telling me about this guy. So
always like diving deep. I've always liked diving deep. Like, we're watching a player that I that's more notable today. I like that I get to talk about the players that everybody's already watching. So
we'll talking about diving deep. You just launched a new website called campustocanton.com. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
I can't believe I didn't say that. I'm one of 6 of the co-founders. Campustocanton.com is the website. Man, we've my college rankings go probably out 300 deep, something like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of deep, I love when, a player like Troy O'Meary, I got him ranked 19 and everybody's got him like in the 70s or higher. No, I love me some Troy O'Meary, or like Jake Haener, Fresno State's quarterback.
Those names are like new to me, dude. So
yeah,
I'll be honest.
I love, if I wasn't doing this with you, I would be doing it by myself with nobody watching. I would be watching this stuff. So
we'll get into some Devy guys once we get through some of these top rookies in this 2021 class. But for anybody that's new to the show, new to Dynasty Nerds or new to the channel, this is one of many shows that we have here on the channel. We are a Dynasty fantasy football website at dynastynerds.com. And us 3 here, we love digging into the tape. We love figuring out, which one of these rookies is going to hit for fantasy football purposes. So we're looking at through a fantasy football lens here. We're football diehards too. So we love just watching the film and studying tape and seeing who's good, who's not.
And if someone likes gear, me and J-Wack are sporting the same jacket tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, where can they get that, J-Wack?
DynastyNerds.com, apparel store. I actually designed this thing.
Nice.
There's not many options.
Like Letterman's jacket.
Yeah, it's actually pretty nice. Like the plugin that they give you for WordPress.com, which is where we host the site, like it's so limited on the options for apparel. So I was just playing around one time, and then I had a sample shipped out. And it turned out pretty nice. I was like, oh, this is dope.
I was at practice tonight. Okay. I was at practice and I was cold. So I put this on, and dude, this is pretty warm. I was like, it's got a nice little layer to it. So
nice.
I was thankful. So, but hey, we got a good show planned tonight. We put a lot of time into our tape to bring you guys clips. So the purpose of this is we're not going to have you guys watch all of the all 22. We're going to bring a few clips, each of us, from multiple games that we watched, that, and we have a really good talking point or just something we can kind of learn from. So I haven't seen J-Wax or Felix's, so I'm excited to learn from them.
Let's talk about who we're covering tonight.
Oh, that's it.
We haven't even mentioned him. We're watching Elijah Moore.
Pro day today. Had his pro day.
Yeah, had his pro day today. Ran a 4.35, 4.34, depending on where you see it. Absolutely killed it at his pro day. He had great 3-cone numbers, shuttle numbers too. He's a little undersized, and that's like the one thing that's being talked about is, the only worry really with this guy for me. He was second in the nation in yards last year and right behind Devontae Smith, and only played 8 games. So this guy was super productive. I'm really excited to get into him a little bit here. You guys got anything about Moore before we get into the tape?
I love wide receivers who get open with their feet as opposed to anything else with their hands. There's some good slot wide receivers in this class, and Elijah Moore is right up there.
For sure. Yeah, Rondale, Waddle, Moore, and Amon-Ra St. Brown are like probably the top 4, I would say. Right?
The thing with him is, and we'll see this, is I wasn't surprised by that level of athleticism, but I didn't see it consistently on tape. And that's I think the biggest issue that I have. But I mean, that's just from the clips that I saw. You just want to see more consistency. And again, with his size, you want to see aggressiveness in traffic with the ball and without the ball. And sometimes I didn't see that either. So it'd be fun to kind of see what you guys saw.
Let's break it down.
You can just play through and then we'll talk it through.
Take it back to that first angle.
So anyway, so this is a dig route. It just calls dagger. There's no vertical there. Never mind. So just be a dig. But the part that I like the most about this, one, he's coming over the middle. But if you watch this from the other angle, you can see how he dips in front of this defender. But when they take the drop, the defender's looking right at him and takes his drop to get underneath him. See, watch him right here, 30. He's looking. Where's he at? And Moore's cognizant enough. He's like, hey, I got to dip in front of him. And that's an advanced move. That's advanced to say, hey, I'm not just running this route and running this route fast. You have to know who you have to beat on this play to complete it. So I thought that was a really nice move of him to get in front. He took.
You got to be smart to win in zone. You got to know the passing lane for the quarterback. And I saw some of that on my clips too. He knows where he's supposed to be as far as where he needs to be to create a lane.
Yep, I noticed that as well.
It's easy to beat people in man, just beat them. But in zone, you got to know where you need to be. Yeah,
and according to PFF, he actually earned like an elite. They would call it an elite score against man coverage. He had a 90.4 rating. So he's good versus man and zone, according to PFF. But Nick, I don't know how much we like those numbers, right?
That's Allen Robinson.
Nick's had some tweet battles with PFF.
Dude,
oh yeah.
Be accurate with their stuff. So this is pretty easy. I mean, this concept, he's wide open to switch release downfield. I'm sure Felix hated this as a corner. This happens all the time. So he's open. I don't think that route's anything special. What I like is right there, that decision by him that I can run straight up the field, but to have the awareness of where am I going to go to maximize my yardage on this play. And he gets wider. Now, I would have liked him to somehow avoid this one to have a shot, but nobody's perfect. Okay. But he just added another, 10 or 15 yards by cutting back outside and getting the open lane.
I don't know if he could have slowed up to possibly give one a shot to make this block and maybe score, but it's tough to tell from that angle.
I mean, he could have switched the ball to the other arm. You know how I'm big on that. He could have went more of a direct right to the sideline, right?
Yeah.
After some of that, but that's picky stuff. From like right here, some guys, they don't have the awareness. I'm just going to run fast and get as much as I can. But he was like, nope, I want to get a lot more yardage.
Yeah. He's very good after the catch.
Yeah, very good after.
There you go.
After the catch.
You're blending in, Felix. Look at that.
You would expect him to be. I mean, he is a slot wide receiver. You would expect him to be shifty, turn into a punt returner after the catch, and you see that on a lot of his receptions.
Mm-hmm.
What are you guys drinking?
Woodford.
Jack Daniels.
Nice. So he's primarily lined up in the slot, I noticed. He projects to be primarily a slot receiver at the next level. However, I did see some instances where he did line up outside and he won pretty easily. He did a nice job. So
The thing with college is you wonder if they're in the slot because the quarterback can't deliver it everywhere else. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's why they have that low A dot.
yeah, that's one thing with Corral. I did notice his arm isn't the strongest, but I actually liked him. I think he's pretty good quarterback.
They
Yeah, I
also
like
lined
him
him up
too.
in the backfield. Sorry, Felix.
So I love this attacking his leverage here. I mean, he's running a post, and you see him get that outside. I mean, he's getting a free release, but he attacks outside to square him up because that's exactly what you want to do is turn and make him turn and run, and then he breaks to the inside.
Well, so then okay, we can get on that. So that was actually my point here. I wanted him to go more outside because I feel like he didn't attack.
Well,
enough.
he could have turned him around.
That's what I'm saying.
He could have put him in his blind spot.
Yep.
If he would have went more outside, this could have been a touchdown.
Yep. And that's I mean, this is good. I mean, you can see he can fly, he can open up, he high pointed. But if you take it back right when he gets just before him, J-Wack, I would have loved him to attack his outside leverage, maybe act like it's a go or stem, you know, at the top of that route, and then come inside, maybe right in here, go further out. To me, it was almost a little lazy. You know, when you got that kind of juice we saw at his pro day, man, you can widen and give yourself a bigger area. Now he came down with it, but man, at the NFL, you're not always going to come down with those.
And you know what? I mean, he might have been excited because he's running this route like he knows he's about to get the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, you see him coming out of his stance. He knows he's getting the ball on this play, and he was trying to get to that spot in a hurry.
Well, when it's middle field open, you got to be pumped as a speed guy.
On a safety.
He shows off that speed. They call him out of bounds.
This was I think this was holding. So he got called back. But I just wanted to, if you go the other angle, you can just, I mean, it's a one-handed catch. Yeah. One-handed catch, kept his speed, navigated well.
It's going to be interesting to see if other teams if they'll use him in the running game. The way Ole Miss did,
right?
Because he has that versatility. I mean, that's just essentially a jet sweep, but he can be used. You can legitimately put him in the backfield if you want to.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what team he goes to because he is multi-dimensional. Like I feel like if he went to the Green Bay Packers, like he would do really well in that LaFleur offense. Yeah, they could use a guy like that. Be like Rodgers, like Randall Cobb. He kind of reminds me of Cobb a little bit. Nick, you got we're a little early in the show, but Felix, every episode, Nick gives a St. Louis Rams comp.
Or LA Rams for some reason. Yeah. I mean,
is that rookie pro?
LA Rams.
Who is this?
How about Azar Hakeem? A versatile guy, slot guy.
That's a Detroit Lions reference.
Yeah, he's the greatest show on turf first, and then he went there. Yeah,
I don't know that guy.
Yeah, it was one of the worst free agent contracts. Right along there with Bill Schroeder, however you want to say his name. We've signed Az Hakeem and Bill Schroeder.
So
get off me, son.
This one, yeah, I just want to reference. I mean, this is a little bit of power. You don't see this normally, but good for him to get rid of that, and then the juice after it to get a first down. That was a good play.
I noticed when he has the ball or involved in the play, he's actually a pretty physical player. But we'll see some clips later. Just like the effort isn't there. He's avoiding contact. So he catches the ball well in traffic. Yeah, that was another clip of yards after catch. Sorry, I was getting a little space bar happy.
No, you're fine. You're fine. This is just a fun play to watch because you can see the athleticism here. And if you're wondering why this isn't that crisp, because he doesn't need it to be because the corner bit, he didn't need to make, you don't have to slow down all your momentum. You want to keep that as much as you can. When in zone, the corner's looking at the quarterback anyway, or that safety. So
I love the way he actually slows down, then he speeds back up, and he just tracks the ball really well.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like a center fielder.
I mean, that's underthrown.
Yeah. Corral's arm isn't the strongest.
But I just want to put this in here. People want to, he's at 4.3 speed there. You can see right there, that guy's moving. And that's not even top gear. He's just moving.
You got to like the slot wide receiver who's just not an underneath guy.
Mm-hmm. He's got good hips too.
I mean, this is after he gets by that backer, he finishes the route, because he could have just, some guys will panic. Like right here, they'll just break outside right away, but he still goes in like it's a crosser or a post, and then he breaks back out. And that was all of the difference. Because watch one. One's like, oh, okay, I'm going to carry. I'm still going to carry.
These 4 steps right here.
Yep, right here. That's what made this completion.
3 steps.
And then right there, now as Felix knows, is a corner, like, oh wait, I got to react, and it's too late. The corner took a couple more steps, and takes a shot here. Look at him extend, takes a shot, holds on to the ball. Yeah, that's a good route.
He just seems to be a very well-rounded receiver. The only issue I find is stature, really, in a really strong wide receiver class. It's like last year he'd probably be top 5.
You can see this from another angle. He just wants no part of blocking.
Yeah.
There have been some plays where he could actually clean somebody up and put him in the hospital, and I wanted him to take the shot, and he just didn't.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't.
Like, look at that.
He had a crackback, not on this one, but he had a crackback on one play I was watching, and I was like, oh, he did not take it.
Yeah, that's pretty shitty right there.
Yep.
Shitty effort.
And then even when you miss a guy, get the next guy. Nope.
All right, on to my cut-ups. We got Vanderbilt in the house. Well, they're in their house. Lined up here in the slot. It's outside release. Great.
That is a great way of making that first man miss.
For sure. That's what I wanted to highlight, because he had to secure the catch, and then the ability to just be quick twitched enough and the natural ability to make a guy miss out here. And then he gets more. As a runner, he's a very good runner with the football. And that's why I feel like that's why they put him in the backfield a little bit. Felix, I know you have a clip coming later where he kind of looked natural back there just running the ball. I think he understands angles really well.
Can you play that back all the way? Yeah, from this one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just a smart angle. I mean, you can see, this is a spacing concept. So, he gets, obviously bracketed outside, but he comes back inside quite a bit. I mean, that's 5 yards. He came back inside on the vertical stem, because he knows that's the area, that's the soft spot in the zone. Like, that's
right.
He knew where to go, and then the quarterback led him there.
Yeah, being able to make that first guy miss when he's still securing the catch.
Whoop.
It's impressive.
Well, like Felix, how many times have we see receivers drop that because they're trying to make a move too
Oh,
quick?
yeah, absolutely.
So this kid's in trouble, man. Look at, he's got no safety help.
He's
on an island. Yeah.
He's got nothing.
His mouth guard's not even in, right? Isn't mouth guard out there?
Yeah.
Oh.
See him lined up outside, which you don't typically see. He's going to hit him with a sluggo.
I was like, there's a double move coming. I was like, there's no way that there's not a double move on this one. So.
Yeah, he killed him, and it was so smooth. Such a smooth route. He showed his head to the quarterback like he's supposed to. Got the corner to bite.
Yeah.
And then, he comes out of that break like it's nothing and explodes. Shows that 4-3. Good ball too. Puts it on him.
It's underthrown though.
Yeah, it is. But
You know what that throw is, Jay. Like you've had that one where it's like
don't miss
the open
him.
guy.
Yeah.
Yep. He's wide open.
It's one of those where you know it's a touchdown before you get the ball if you put it in there right.
Yeah, you see that single coverage, you're like,
you see that single coverage.
You got the sluggo called. Sluggo.
Did you anticipate that as a corner, Felix? You're like, man, I'm over here on the island, like by formation.
Hell, a double move? Hell yes.
Okay.
No, I double move. I mean, I just didn't want to get beat deep. So it's, I'm probably going to be very conservative on jumping on a hitch or a slant there in man when I've got no help over the top of me.
Mm-hmm.
So I love the way he runs this route. Right at the top here, he kind of pushes up field.
He's got that chicken wing.
Yeah, he pushes up field.
Yeah.
Here, and then he cuts flat across to get the separation.
Yeah.
And then great catch at the catch point. I prefer him not to jump, but I think he had to. Great contested catch again.
We've seen him win at all three levels of the field,
Mm-hmm. He's going to be a weapon for someone.
Short, intermediate, and deep.
I think part of that too, J-Wack, is when he jumped there, that allows his body to guard that ball a little bit more versus just extend all the way up with his hands. When you can, you know what I mean? It's harder for that corner to reach over when he's got a shoulder pad in the way.
I mean, we play in PPR leagues. Everybody does. He's going to be a nice little fantasy asset, I think. And he's going in like middle of second rounds right now. So he's a nice second round pick. I'd take him at 2-1, as high as 2-1. You guys?
You got to think that he and Rondale Moore are going to play similar roles for their teams. And he's going, 6 or 7 picks after Rondale. I mean, there's still a chance that he's drafted ahead of Rondale. I think that there's still a chance of that.
A little more recent tape on Moore, and I think his ball skills are a little better, but Moore's obviously the better athlete, maybe the best athlete in the class with Waddle.
Well, guys, just ask anybody. I mean, no one under 5'8's ever succeeded. So, I mean, hey, don't even draft Rondale Moore. There's 0% chance he can make it. Cole Beasley's the only ceiling he has. Don't get me started. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
But Moore caught 10 or more passes in 7 of the 8 games he played in this year.
Do you discount the touches that he did get, though? A lot of screens.
A little bit,
A lot of hitches.
Product of Lane Kiffin offense.
Yeah. I like, though, I mean, he was smart when he had to run those hitches in those open areas. He finds the open spots. He settles in zones. He's a smart player.
Yeah.
I mean, what if he's used the way Jarvis Landry was used in Miami? That's going to be, that's a perfect role for him to start out in the NFL. I mean, even if you're throwing him the ball behind the line of scrimmage, he's got enough juice to take it to the house. You know, as good as Jarvis Landry has been in his NFL career, he's still a sub-athlete. You're talking about, we use Rondale Moore in the same role. Rondale Moore is a ridiculous athlete. Trinity High School stand up.
Mm-hmm.
So Trinity High School is about 15 minutes away from me.
Okay.
They're good.
A little stutter and go here from the slot.
Could his upside be Terry McLaurin?
Yeah. I honestly think that Moore could play the outside. I think he could play the outside. Doesn't have to be just slot. I think you can move him around wherever. From the reps that I've seen with him lined out outside in the way that he plays, I don't think you have to stick him in the slot. But
and the one thing too is I think with both Moores, we'll just say this because we mentioned both of them, they could go a lot higher because remember, NFL teams want that speed on the field because it just changes how the defense can guard them. Imagine if Green Bay had a guy that ran a 4.3 that could catch the ball. Sorry, MVS. That just changes the dynamic of how you're going to guard everybody else.
So yeah, stutter and go. I love the way he accelerates at an angle, just to get that separation. I mean, it's a house call. I mean, that dude ain't catching him.
Yeah, but that's the hardest route to guard for a
Yeah.
slot defender. Slot fade, always undefeated.
I got one of those. On deck.
All right, so moving on to Alabama here. Got him lined up in the slot again. Play breaks down, and he gets open for his quarterback, and he finds a window. We talked about this earlier. He's a smart, heady player. He's a better angle. He's running a dig. Then it's a great catch. Look at this.
I mean, it's a great throw too. I mean, let's give Matt Corral
for sure.
some credit
That's
for
balls,
the throw. I mean,
that's a
that
no-no.
dude was a baller. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a no-no. But he made a play against Bama. You know, you're out there doing whatever you can. But look at it. I mean, his catch, shoestring catch. Gets his head up, finds open field, and makes a play. But I love the way that he kind of helped his quarterback out by he saw he was in trouble, gets open.
Look at that pocket presence, man.
He's got good pocket presence.
Well, but watch him here. That's avoids, goes left, throws back right. That's a play.
Yeah. That's a tough play.
Dude, Corral impressed me. I just wish his arm was a little stronger.
Yeah.
And that's not the top thing.
Corral don't have he's got a strong arm.
You think? I don't know.
I
mean, there's just not much zip on it, and then he underthrows more pretty often. But
I mean, he's not Rattler or.
That's not DJ, like the top thing I put into quarterbacks. Like, I'm interested in their footwork. I'm interested in their decision making, and are they accurate? Are they accurate with the football?
And then, well, my number one is processing, because you can see it. How quickly they're making decisions, reacting to new information around them.
So similar notes here. Finds a spot in the zone, kind of comes back, gets open for his quarterback. Just another heady play. Because he could easily keep drifting. You know, most wide receivers would just continue on their route. But he understands, kind of comes back, gets open.
Well, and for people watching this, so like for a receiver here, you're watching the defenders and you see they're in zone, you sit versus zone, you run versus man. Yep. So he found this hole in the zone just because of his eyes and his knowledge of defenses.
Another great play by Corral here. Ooh.
Yeah. Dude, you guys thought this stream was about Elijah Moore. It's really about Matt Corral. Sorry.
Hey, all three of us play Devy fantasy football. If you don't know what that is you can own college football players before they enter your NFL fantasy teams. Or now we're also into Campus to Canton leagues, which Felix has campustocanton.com, where they cover all things Campus to Canton, where you actually play fantasy football on the college side along with the NFL side. And when your college players go to the NFL, they transition right to your NFL team. And you can win on the college side, win on the NFL side. It's my favorite way to play.
Hey, Felix, I want to get your opinion on this. So, and I'm asking you a lot of questions just because I've worked with Jared a lot longer. The top of the screen here, I mean, that stacked look into the boundary.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of that? Do you think that's useful, or do you think that's a waste?
In man, you're probably going to have switch responsibility with that safety there. So that doesn't bother me. Now, when you get like 3 in there, I mean, you're probably not even going to run man. You're probably going to run zone to that side. So, but with 2, no, I mean, I can still get my hands on that on number 1 there, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. I don't have a problem with that's not a lineup that would bother me at all.
Just from an offensive perspective, I just don't like it that much. I mean, I know that you're going to draw the safety over probably a little more because of it, but into the boundary, like, you're not throwing over there, you know? Mm-hmm. Maybe a screen. That's about the only thing that'd be effective, I think.
Backside RPO. He's reading linebacker here.
He's reading 13.
Yep. Be a walk-up safety. I don't know who that is, but I love backside RPOs. Yeah.
J-Wack, for people listening, quarterback, you got 11 defenders on the other side. What you're not always looking at 11 people. What are you looking at oftentimes when you're deciding where to go with the ball?
I'm reading the safeties first. Is it middle of the field open, middle of the field close? And then, typically in these college offenses, you have one side of the fields for middle of the field close, one side of the field, middle of the field open. So that's usually what I'm reading. And then, of course, they're going to move as soon as you snap the ball, or there's tells. They start moving a little bit. They creeping up, creeping to the right or left. You got to keep an eye on that. So I always was taught to read through the goalposts, and that way you can kind of see. Pre-snap, you can kind of take a look at these corners down here. They're lined up like they're in man press coverage. So their eyes are onto their wide receiver. They're usually in man-to-man. If their shoulders are kind of facing you, their eyes are facing you, it's usually zone. But you get to these levels, these guys are so good at hiding it, as you know from playing corner. Yeah, man. I love these backside RPOs though. It's we used to run them at Akron a lot. But another good catch here. It wasn't anything crazy, but the dude catches the ball, man, consistently too. I didn't even see him drop a pass. Did you guys?
No, I didn't.
I had multiple. I only highlighted the one. I had multiple one-handed catches. Do you guys see any of those?
I didn't
have any one-handers.
I think I had 2 or 3.
Woo!
Oh, that's disgusting.
And he hangs on with it. He gets popped again. You consider that a contested catch, right?
Oh, yeah.
Anytime you get hit where it could shake the ball loose, like right at the catch point.
Just lead him away from the safety, man. Come on, you got a clean pocket.
Can you go back to the sideline view?
Yep. Whether he
turns his head.
Yep, heads to the quarterback, gets the safety to bite.
Got this safety, got him. By 29.
Yeah, but that dude he's so fast. He's bursty too. I think he's more bursty than fast.
Mm-hmm. Which I think is better.
Give him 8 credit for closing there.
Oh yeah.
That's a hell of a play. Is that 8 or 9?
Yeah, he came from the other hash.
Yeah, he came from the other hash. Oh, this is mine.
Yep. On to you, Felix. Look where the circle is.
That's right, in the backfield.
Yep. So let it run. He just looks like a running back, dude.
Yeah, from the end zone cam. Now look at him get that hole right there.
Nah, he presses a little bit.
Yeah.
You know who this reminds me of is Tavon Austin. Remember when he played running back at West Virginia and he used 8 Oklahoma alive? Do you remember that game? It was my favorite game to watch ever.
Dude, he was such a beast. I hate saying that name because he was such a letdown.
Yeah, he was a great college football player. Great college football player.
Yep.
Those West Virginia teams are fun.
Noel Devine, Steve Slayton, Pat White.
So we got number 1 on the other side here. I'm a DB, so I picked South Carolina because I had to watch number 1.
Don't forget about Pat McAfee.
So number 1 closes. Can't break the tackle. Good play by Horn. I wanted to catch some of the mano-a-mano plays in this one.
Horn is a beast.
Watch him drive on that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. There's the last play that I asked J-Wack to cut up. A pretty good one too. But anyway, number 1 is going to play on Sundays, so you really want to see how Moore matches up against a player like that.
Yeah,
in all respects, at the line, breaking tackles. So that's Advantage one right there.
Yep.
Advantage one.
Woo!
Now he loses 24 here twice. You're gonna see even after he catches the ball, loses them again.
That was dirty, man.
That don't.
Love the way.
Gotta love the way he attacks these. Yeah. I mean, look at how much space that is. What is that? 15 yards?
Oh,
it's like
God.
10 yards. That's like 10 yards. Man.
I know.
And
Dude
then
went
he lost
flying.
it. Yeah. That's like he turned
Great
him around.
technique.
It's like 10 yards.
Yeah. Great run after the catch, too.
So let me ask you this.
Uh-oh.
Why did he cut back?
Let's look.
Look at this. He caught it.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a potential house
That's
call.
a good question.
Trust 11. I mean, it's 11 on Horn.
Those guys are already running like full speed. Maybe he just knew. You could tell.
He felt they were closing on him.
Let's look at it again.
Yeah.
Look at all that water.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they got the angle on him, especially this guy at the 20. It's tough to say, you know.
Yeah.
He still beat 24 again.
Yeah.
Even after catching the ball.
Yeah. The only reason I asked this because sometimes guys they can be fast and they cannot trust their speed, especially in traffic and with guys around them. And then you see some guys run fast through traffic. They trust their speed, and sometimes just trusting their speed, like Tony. Tony trusts his speed and will sometimes beat angles and tackles because he's aggressive. That one there, I wondered if he would have just scored if he would have ran outside into the sideline.
Just my opinion, it looked like he was probably going to get caught, and that's why he cut back. But it's tough to tell sometimes from these angles.
And we'll never know. Never know.
I'm right.
See his deep speed here. With the 9 split. He doesn't get the ball, but
yeah, he takes the
see him
coverage with
split. Yep. I mean, that's a win. Is that enough space, J-Wack? Can you get that in there?
He's throwing from the. I probably have to throw that to the goal line. Yeah. Throw it out there. Get a pass interference call.
Yeah.
Can you go back, J-Wack?
Yeah.
So this one here, stop it. This one here, right there, that's what I wanted in that one before. This one step, it might not move him, but it freezes him and gives him the opening to cut inside here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's attacking the technique we're talking about.
I think Lane Kiffin wanted the either the check down or more. Can't tell.
Look at his arms right there.
I'm guessing he wanted more.
Yeah.
Look at him. He thinks it's a touchdown. See his arms up?
He's done a good job there. Last year was the first year, right?
Yeah, I think
the
so.
second.
I think this is a little bit of an effort play. You got your quarterback looking at you, and this is a pass interference, but you got to fight through it. And this was one of 2 plays where I was just like, "All right, man, give me a little bit more." I know he's holding you, but they're going to do that in the NFL. It should have been a flag.
Yeah.
But I wanted him to fight through it here.
Yeah, I agree.
So we got.
Sorry, let it run.
No, pause. Yeah, you can pause it. We got mano a mano number 1. We got Horn versus Moore. Horn stayed on the outside earlier in the game. You had to go through the 3rd and 4th quarter to get Horn to come inside, but he did come inside. And so we got to see a lot of good matchups here. Not a lot of space there, but he gets it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Again, one's going to play on Sundays.
Can you go back?
Yeah, I should have kept the other angle in too, but there wasn't much. I like the throw here. That's why I'm.
Now, yeah.
Horn froze his feet here. Man.
Good release.
Good clip here. I like when we can see good versus good.
Yeah. That's all I got. This next one, you got Horn in the slot. Horns beats him to a spot. This was not pass interference. They threw a flag.
That's a terrible call.
Horn had great technique here. Even turned to look for the ball. Moore couldn't stack him. One is a good player. Wanted to see them match up.
Wow, they
But
threw a
that's, I
flag
mean,
on
that's,
that.
I love that technique from,
great
that's
coverage.
not pass interference.
Now-
That's great coverage.
Now, where does Corral throw this ball? Throw this outside.
Yeah, and I can't see where it lands. Oh, right on the outside. I think it's on the outside. Hits the end of the O there.
Yeah. That's exactly where he needs to put the ball. And that might be a little bit more, Felix, you're talking about where, okay, you didn't get on top of him. You didn't stack him. You keep using your hands and fighting because the ball might be coming. And he kind of gave up again.
Now this is one I had to cut this one because this is one again.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know it's Elijah Moore tape, but I couldn't. I'm like, look at one.
Hey,
Fighting off the blockers and coming in here. And
I mean, we put negative plays in here too. I mean,
Yeah.
not that this is like his fault.
scraping over the
You
top.
know, it's a bad block there.
I had to throw this in here.
When I was putting it together, I was like, wonder why you put this one in there.
Yeah.
I don't even pay attention to anything on the defensive side of the ball because my time. But I mean, I do know the guys. I kind of forgot that this game.
That's a cornerback though, people. That's a cornerback. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I know
what do
we're
you
supposed to be talking about more, but
How
No, this
early do you
is-
think he goes?
JC
Because it's
top 15.
yeah, it's him and Sertan, right?
Fairley, Sertan, Fairley, Horn. I think those are the top three.
Okay, so this is
I
now
just
the
love this play.
Elijah
end zone
Moore.
cam.
Matt Corral and JC Horn now.
So Auburn, he had 5 catches for 16 yards in this touchdown. 11. And I wanted to see how do you stop Elijah Moore? How is this statistically his worst performance?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, look at the speed out. Like there's zero.
Yeah,
You're
it's a
not
great
stopping that.
speed out.
Especially because it's a sprint out. So at that angle.
Yeah.
Good ball too. He's a good quarterback.
That's what down we got, J-Wack?
We got fourth down. Fourth
It's
and 5.
fourth down. We need to make a play here.
He's bracketed
And
here.
you see
Makes
Matt
a
Corral
play.
relies on him.
Yep.
See, it's little stuff. I mean, it's little stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's fourth down. He goes to a security blanket.
Yeah.
They draw the play up for him.
You see this linebacker though, trying to undercut that? He's just staring just at Moore. He's like, I'm gonna help inside.
Love the way he uses his hands here at the end.
Yeah.
His hand off.
And he ran that under the sticks and then got the first.
Yep.
And throw him behind him
Fourth
too.
down. J-Wack, pause it real quick.
Yep.
How many we got in the this is how you stop Elijah Moore. How many DBs we got out here?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, I think. Maybe 6.
I mean,
can't tell.
Yeah.
The
You got numbers in the box. And Auburn played this defense a lot. As a matter of fact, Ole Miss switched out Pumley and Corral in this game. They ran a lot. I mean, I think they ran the ball like 40 times in this game. And this is why. Because this is how you stop Elijah Moore is you put 6 DBs on the field.
Yeah.
But then you see what happens. You play the math game and you get open running lanes. So
Yeah, he could have picked that block up, the guy who made the tackle here.
I just wanted to show the mat, like, you know, they got nobody in the box. They got 5 or 6 DBs out there. So
Yeah.
that's how you get 5 for 16, because essentially Auburn was daring them to run the ball, and they did.
Mm-hmm.
They did.
What's his name? Snoop Connor? Running back.
Is that 24?
Yeah.
Is that Ely's backup?
Yeah.
How many we got in here, J Wack? How many DBs you see in this one?
6.
Matt, this is first down.
Damn.
This is first down. You got the numbers in the box. This is how you stop Elijah Moore, where you dare them to run the ball. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, again, another just not wanting to be involved with contact at all.
Right here. Shut back.
Yeah, just not even trying though, man.
It's like a middle schooler out there trying to block.
That's the tape, fellas. All right. So let's get into a little bit of like fantasy talk, where we think he should be taken in rookie drafts, where you guys currently have him ranked. We still have the draft to go through, of course, and we still have some more pre-draft processes for all of us, I assume. Currently, right now, I actually have him as my wide receiver 6. So I have him pretty high in the class, in a really, really strong class. Once you get those past that top 5 guys with Devontae Smith, Waddle, Bateman, Moore, Chase, then you get to like Elijah Moore. I think he's the best of the next bunch with like Amon-Ra St. Brown. I like him a lot. Tylan Wallace, he's pretty good, but I think Moore's a little better than those guys. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't have my rankings done yet. I would guess I probably have him probably 7 or 8. I like him. I don't love him. I see a guy that might be one of those, I help an NFL team a lot more than I'm going to help your fantasy league, because, quarterbacks do trust him and he will be on the field, and he might be a decoy to take the top off of defenses too. He might not be taking the short routes. I mean, you think of John Ross, think of how many guys that have speed that have been drafted high, and it's like, hey, you need one of those guys on the field to help out. It's gonna be interesting to see if he gets that many targets to garner low end wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 numbers in fantasy. I think he's a day 2 pick overall. I think in fantasy, if you want to get him in rookie drafts, we're talking non-super flex, I would be comfortable, I think, probably mid-second. I think you're a little higher than I am, J-Wack.
Yeah, and I've got him 8 overall in this class, but I like his skill set. The thing with him is going to be volume, is whether or not he can get the volume. And he's got the skill set to do it, but he might be landing spot dependent.
Yeah.
You want him to go to – he's not going to score – I don't think he's going to be someone who scores a bunch of TDs in the NFL.
He's going to need to be catching 6 to 8 passes or something.
Right. You want to hope that this guy can get up to 90 plus catches in a season, and that makes him landing spot dependent. So, but I still like his skill set. We got a lot of wide receivers who are probably better suited as number 2s on their team, and he's one of them. But he's a good player. Where
would you guys take him in a rookie draft? I said it earlier. I would take him at like 2-1. That's probably as high as I would take him in a 1 QB league. Super flex leagues, of course, that's going to get pushed back probably about 5 or 6 spots, so mid-second. What do you guys think? I mean, Felix, you have him at wide receiver 8. Who are the 2 other wide receivers outside of the top 5 that you had in front of him?
I've got Moore, Chase, Smith, Waddle, Terrence Marshall, Bateman, Austin Watkins at 7, Moore at 8. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you at I'm not a fan of the running back class. So I'm probably going to be jumping in on wide receivers right after Najee and Javonte Williams are taken. And so even the back of the second, not the back of the end of the first, late first, I don't have a problem taking him. I think he's relatively safe. It's just a matter of whether or not he's going to go to an offense that can get him the volume.
Nick, what about you?
Yeah, I had said before, I mean, I think mid-second is about where I'd feel comfortable. When I think of reminding me of, and I make fun of, me always saying a Ram, what about a comp of like, and this would be the best his career could be, like an Emmanuel Sanders type, a guy that got the Jets, but then Emmanuel became such a technician at the NFL level. The biggest thing with Moore is going to be using his hands and getting away from guys that get their hands on him. And that hasn't, been the case from a lot of the film that I've seen, but the footwork and some of that stuff's there. He needs to clean up a little bit more, but he's got the juice. And Emmanuel Sanders came out of SMU. I mean, he was, no one thought he was going to be that good. 3rd round pick, which is maybe where Moore's going to go. Who knows? That might be the high end for somebody like him. And again, Emmanuel Sanders is a much better wide receiver too, as Felix was saying.
Yeah. And in one of those offenses that's going to throw the ball around 50 times a game. You know, he becomes pretty valuable. You said you like Austin Watkins. Actually, I liked him at the Senior Bowl. He was a guy that kind of popped out for me. So I'm interested I haven't broken him down yet. And I haven't actually broken down Terrace Marshall in depth either. That'd be a guy I'd like to do a Film Nerds episode on, actually. Well, it's been real. Felix, really appreciate you joining us, and I'm looking forward to continuing this and doing another prospect here soon. Are either of you coming to the Fantasy Midwest Expo in Canton, Ohio in August?
I'm coaching,
we'll be
man.
there.
You're coming?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Yeah, Dynasty Nerds is going to be hosting an after party at the local bar or brewery
on Sunday or which day? I didn't realize it was a whole
on
weekend
Sunday.
thing. So
on Sunday, but you should come in before that too, and I'll link up with you beforehand to get you some details on Saturday. But yeah, if you guys haven't yet, make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment, let us know what you think about Elijah Moore. Check out dynastynerds.com, become a Nerd Herd member. You get access to our film room where we have all the cut-ups of all these different prospects broken down game by game, play by play, the plays that they're involved in. Check out the Dynasty GM tool. You can analyze your Dynasty leagues, import them from Sleeper, MFL, Flea Flicker, and then we added FFPC as well. So check that out. Nick, Felix, you got anything you guys want to shout out here?
It's campus2canton.com, and then at Sharp Review on Twitter is where you can find me.
No, just hey, treat everyone nice in that community, man. People, it's been a rough year for everybody. Just remember that. Be nice. @_Nick Whalen.
All right, fellas. We out of here.